Bonjour and welcome to another recipe on Cuisine de Michel. I am Michel and today we're going to be making a recipe that I found online on a site called bakerbreak.com, and it is a 6-inch chocolate cake because I wanted to have a cake but not very much. See my cute little 6-inch pan? So you want to prepare the pan first. You're going to grease it and flour it, and then you're also going to cut out a circle of parchment paper and you're going to grease that as well. You put that in the bottom. So we've already got our pan prepared. And then next thing, we're going to make our dry mixture. So we have 3/4 of a cup, which is also 90 grams of all-purpose flour. We're going to be whisking in 1/4 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder, along with 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, one-8 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/8 teaspoon, which I already measured out, of salt. We're going to set that aside. Next, we're going to put in a bowl. You could use your stand mixer for this. I'm just going to use my small mixer because it's not that big of a recipe. So I thought I'd just use a small bowl and do this instead. So we're going to use 1/4 cup of butter, which is also half a stick, or 4 tablespoons, whichever makes you happier. And we have 1/4 cup of regular granulated sugar. And 1/4 cup of firmly packed brown sugar, light brown sugar, I should say. So all of those are going to get put together until this is light and fluffy. So now I've finished making it light and fluffy by beating it together. And at this point, if you haven't already, you want to set your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I already had started mine prior to starting the recipe, but I probably could have waited until now because my oven doesn't take that long to heat up. All right, so now we're going to put in 1 large egg and 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. everything there. Do one more little mix. And we'll continue on. All right, so now we've got our reserve flour and cocoa mixture over here. And we also have 1/4 cup plus 1 tablespoon, which is 5 tablespoons of buttermilk. So we're going to be putting in about 1/3 of this mixture. I'm not going to measure. I'm just going to kind of eyeball it here. So maybe that's 1/3, maybe not. Put that in, and then we're going to be putting in half of this mixture after that and alternating between them. So we'll have 3 of this, we'll have 2 of this. It says to combine until just mixed, so I'm going to go ahead and mix the very tail end of it by hand. So we'll take out our beaters. Smells really good. Probably just fold it together with this spatula. So that's what I'm going to do. A bit of the cocoa powder was kind of scattering. It's one thing about using the hand blender. It's a little bit messier. Okay, you see we have a nice light and fluffy batter here. We're going to pour that into our prepared pan. Spread that out evenly. It's a little tricky in a small pan. That's pretty evenly spread. So now we're going to put that, I think I'm going to scrape this off first. I'm going to get a little bit of batter here. We're going to transfer this to the oven, and we're going to bake for 30 to 35 minutes or until a pick inserted into the center comes out clean. Now the cake has been baking. I actually had to go 40 minutes. It really just depends on your oven. As you can see, here's our product. We're going to leave this sit in the pan for 15 minutes to cool. I'm gonna leave it here. And then we're going to transfer it to a wire rack to finish cooling the rest of the way. And then we'll make some frosting to put on it once it's cooled. So now the cake has sufficiently cooled. We've left it out for quite a while. See, it's pretty cute. And we're going to now make marshmallow cream frosting. And this was also on the same page, so it's their version of the frosting. So this already has 1/3 cup of unsalted butter and 1/3 cup of powdered sugar sifted into the bowl. And I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 1/3 cup of marshmallow cream. Which of course wants to stick to my spatula. All right, so we're gonna mix all this together. All right, handle in there. This is a pretty small cake, so we don't need a terrible lot of frosting here. Oops. Do that. All right, so we're just gonna put our frosting right here onto the top of the cake. If we have any that is enough to go to the sides, it's pretty thick. Then we'll decorate the sides, but not so sure. That spreads a lot easier than I was expecting. It was pretty thick and stiff, so I wasn't so sure it was going to spread very easily, but it actually does. So now I only frosted the top because there's enough. It makes a pretty good layer on here, but if I had to frost the sides, I'd have to go pretty thin. And I'm pretty sure in the original, that's how they had it. It was just like that. Oops, got a little marshmallow fluff on my finger. We're gonna decorate it with some spring pastel decor things to make it look festive. Since it's spring and I'm making this, you could do it with whichever things you want. I think that's pretty good as is. And voila, there's our finished product. Thank you for joining me again for Cuisine de Michel. Please like, share, and subscribe. Pretty please subscribe. It doesn't hurt anything, doesn't cost any money. It's totally free to subscribe. All you gotta do is click that subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next episode. Au revoir.